Was there a pivotal moment in your life where you made a decision to say, I'm going to look at things from a positive light versus from a victim perspective?
Yeah, what's so interesting? I'm so glad you asked that. No one's ever asked that in this way where it's triggering something else for me. So one thing we know, CK, based on science, is that racism is taught, right?
Mm,
So in the same light, I was raised in an environment where my father spent a lot of time. I was an Amway baby. And to describe what that means is personal development was a normal part of my life. So at 12 and 13 years old, I was reading Edwin Lewis C. Cole books. I was reading some Napoleon Hill books. I was reading How to Think and Grow Rich. I was reading Personality Plus and things of that nature. In fact, my favorite story to tell people is that my father wouldn't play the car radio. No, he'd always put in a tape where someone's telling their story about how they overcame. Now, I got to
mm,
be honest, that's a really great story. But the average person, black, white, whatever you want to call it, doesn't have that exposure. That's the top 5% who do that, right? What is it? Only 5% I think the current status, only 5% of the people will read a self-help book this year. So I happen to have the beauty and the luxury of a father who was in a system of learning that he constantly poured into us and forced us to do things we did not want to do. Not once did I want to pick up one of those books. Not once did I want to write a one-page report. Not once. However, that discipline that my father pushed into me has afforded me more of the highlights because I end up showing up not as an intelligent black man, but as a man who's simply intelligent with a broader perspective of what's possible than the average person. Not because I'm better, but part of my education was in that 5% bracket of, no, you're going to learn, you're going to understand, you're going to dream, you're going to believe, you're going to have a sense that no matter what happens, Dexter Yeager said it best. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. So the fact that I was black, I was raised, cultivated, cultured to not let it be a thing, even though at times it absolutely was.